Hi everyone, we're back. I'm Laura from the Senior Center, and today I'm going to be doing a demonstration on the holiday candy making. Now, I think everybody knows this about me, that when someone says, oh, let's make candy, I get terrified because all I can think of is like the candy thermometer, as you have to make it get really, 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 really hot, and that scares me, to be honest. I know Heidi has done you know when they have the apples and you dip them in the red candy and then it hardens? Those I love, but she's made that red candy coating. But I've been too afraid to. Well, this one, easy breezy, okay? So in your kit, you're gonna get, of course, the instructions. That's the first thing I always look at. You're gonna get some holiday treat bags, so you could give them as gifts. And then these are the little silicone candy molds. It's of a Christmas tree, Santa. Here we go. You can see it better from the back. Christmas tree, Santa, and I think that's a reindeer, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this is the mold that you will be using. You got your red food coloring, green food coloring, and the actual candy that melts is the vanilla candy. They're like chips or like coins, okay? And then you get the ties that seal the bag when you give them for gifts. This is a great idea for a gift, I'll tell you that. Everybody loves candy, number one. So everybody would love getting candy as a gift. Makes sense. So what you're gonna do is take some of the vanilla chips and put in a microwave safe bowl. Now, what you're gonna do, you know, you can melt the candy a couple of different ways. You could do it on a double boiler, on the stove, or you could throw it in the microwave. For me, it's easier to just take it, put it in a bowl, throw it in the microwave, start 1 minute on high, and then just give it take it out, mix it. Let's see, let me get this going. Is that going? Okay, I'm gonna get a spoon to mix it. But, you know, this, don't get intimidated and don't get overwhelmed. No need to be. No need to be. The reason I brought out 2 additional bowls is because once the chocolate melts and you want to add color to it, you have the vanilla in the vanilla bowl that is melting right now. Then you divvy up the bowls. So you melt more chocolate, you put it in here, and you add the green food coloring. And then you put in this one and add the red. So you have 3 different color candies to work with. Now, what you could do very simply is in the mold, I'm trying to get it close so you can see, okay? You could put the green for the tree, the red for the Santa, and the white for the reindeer. It works out perfect. And you know, it's not difficult. Give yourself credit. Don't get nervous or overwhelmed. Oh, this melted right away. This is perfect. 1 minute on high, and it took the amount that I had in there, which was probably about maybe 3/4 of a cup of chips, and it's completely melted, okay? So this is where you could say, hey, let me throw some food coloring in there. And you work with all 3 bowls. So I think we should put some red. Start with the red. We'll start with Santa. You don't need a ton of the food coloring. A little dab will do ya. Just do a few drops, but it's gonna stain your skin. That's unfortunate, but you just put a few drops in at a time. If you don't put enough, of the food coloring, it'll come out pink. So when it's pink, you just keep adding food coloring until you get the desired color that you like, okay? Now this one is not so bad. I mean, I wouldn't say it's red, but it's more like, here, I'm gonna let you guys take a peek at it. Let me bring the camera down. You see that? It is kind of a pinkish red, okay? I think I'd like to go a little bit darker, but again, it's whatever you like. I'm gonna put in a little bit more to try and get it as red as it could be, because I want the Santa mold to be really, really red. Now, what you could do for the Santa mold is you could make it white, put the white chocolate in, and just put a little dollop of the red on the tippity top where the hat is. That would look cute. Now, as the candy is cooling down, it's becoming harder to manipulate, right? Because it's turning hard. So I'm gonna throw it back in the microwave for 10 seconds or 10 or 15 and get it back to a real good liquid consistency. And I'll be right back. And we're back. So I just am taking the container out of the microwave, giving it a nice mix. What had happened was, of course, the candy got hard because it was cooling down. So what I need to do is I put a little bit more color in, and now it's kind of hard. So we're gonna go ahead and put it back in the microwave, and we're gonna start on something else. Now, the great thing about this is that you really can do so many different things. What I did was, while this one is in the microwave, the red melting, I threw some more. Let me get this down here so you can see it. Oh, by the way, I'm not wearing a mask because I am by myself, okay? So this bowl, you see I got the chips in there, and then I'm putting some chips in another bowl because I want to use all three colors. So I have two bowls here with just the white chocolate chips. One of them, I'm going to melt both of them. One of them is going to stay this color, the white. The other one, I'm going to put green in it. So it's festive. And we'll have those three colors to work with. Let's see here. Let me tell you, it smells amazing. It smells absolutely amazing. And you're going to go ahead and fill the containers, not the containers, the mold. I meant to say the mold. And you're going to fill them to the top. You are going to fill it to the top. And once you get it to the top, you move on to the next mold. We're going to fill them all the way up. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to get the next batch going. Let me throw that in the microwave. So again, a minute on high. Let's see. And there we go. So I'm going to continue filling the molds. We're going to fill it all the way to the top. And then surprisingly, you know, people would say, oh, would you just leave it out on the counter and let it kind of go back to a solid form? No, the interesting thing with this is that you actually throw it in the freezer. You throw it in the freezer. I'm almost done here with the red. And then we're gonna go ahead. I think what I'm gonna do for this batch that's melting right now, it should be done, I think 10 seconds, very soon. What I'm gonna do with that one is I'm gonna go ahead and put the green in that, okay? So it's ready. Totally perfect. It is literally a minute to the second. And you pour in a little bit of the green. And then you mix it. Let me go get another spoon because I don't want to mix the red and the green. I want it separate. Oh, what a beautiful color. It is seriously like a beautiful emerald green. And again, you could go as light as you want with the color or as dark. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful green. See that? So I'm going to actually go for a little bit darker. I'm going to put a couple more drops in here. And you want to move fast. You don't want the chocolate to harden. You want to move pretty quick. So have everything ready to go and get it right in that mold. Here we go. Now, again, you could do it all vanilla. You don't have to use any of the food coloring. It's up to you. Do what you like to do. I mean, I think for a gift, it would be perfect. You know, to have some color, make it festive. But you know, I'll tell you, I've been eating the chips just as they are before even melting them. They're delicious. Absolutely delicious. Again, you kind of got to move quick on this because it's going to start cooling right away and getting hard. So you want to make sure that you get what you need to be done before it gets too hard. So I already have the red and the green done in the molds. This moves fast. And now all I'm doing is, and I should have done this before, just put the last color, which is the white chocolate, in the microwave for a minute. And then at that point, we'll have all three colors made. And I use, like I said, I use the red for the Santa's face, the green for the tree, and I'm going to use the white for the reindeer. So it's just got a couple more seconds. And then, I mean, this is so delicious, this candy. They're really great. I've been eating them out of the bag. Fantastic. But I do have to say I like chocolate better. But this is delish. Absolutely delicious. And how cute are these bags? You get these all situated, you get them in the freezer, you give it as a gift. People are going to think that you went to actually a chocolate store and had them and bought them. So you know what? You save money. It's much less expensive this way. Believe me. I have gone to quite a few of those stores. They smell amazing when you walk in there, but boy, oh boy, is it expensive. They really are. They have one candy store like that in Disney. It's in actually, it's at Epcot, Germany. And you walk in there and the smell is like heaven, absolute heaven. But you know what? It's very expensive. But this is something, like I said, you make, you're going to wow people. They're going to be so impressed that you took it upon yourself to do this. And you know what? Let's face it. It's more meaningful when it's like a gift from the heart. So this is like perfect. We're almost done here. Then once the molds are filled, what you're going to do is you throw it right in the freezer and you let it sit there, I would say overnight. Let it sit overnight. And then the next day you pop them out of the molds. It's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the freezer. You guys can do this. It's easy. Don't get overwhelmed. Have fun. See you later. Hi guys, I'm back. So I've had the candy in the freezer firming up, and I wanna pop them out of the mold so that you could take a peek at how they look. I'm gonna warn you that I wasn't as careful as I could have been. When I was putting the different colors in the different rows, you have to kind of be careful about that, and I wasn't. So I got some of the red candy, fell into the next mold that was like green, and live and learn, right? It's my first time. So let me get them out of the freezer for you. And the great thing about the silicone mold is that you literally, see? You just turn it upside down and they pop right out. It's really kind of neat because you could push the mold. I'm gonna put it down so you can watch me. Let's see, here you go. So here's the mold, right? You just push it right out. See, I told you I got some red mixed in there. Oh well. And then you break it off on the sides and there's your Christmas tree, okay? And this is the, oops, let's try that again. You break off the excess that's on the side, and that's your reindeer. Now let's pop out a Santa head and see how that went. Oh, now this one came out pretty darn good. So you just continue to pop everything out. Look at that Santa with the eyebrows and the mustache. So quick and easy, pop them out. And then you go ahead, clean them up if you had a little excess like I did. This is my first time, so I'm an amateur at this, but next time I'll know better. So you just wanna trim off the extras, okay? Trim it off like that, comes right off, breaks right off. And here we go with the Christmas tree. I think the Christmas tree is my favorite. Came out really cute. And then again, you take these holiday bags here. You take these holiday bags. You throw them in. And then you twist it with a little gold tie. And then you could even put a sticker on it, or you could put a label. You know how they have to from? You could stick that to the twisty or even up here and write a little holiday greeting on there. But you know what? Like I said, it comes from the heart because you're making it by hand and it's a special gift. Don't be nervous. What's the worst that happens? You throw it away? Then you start over. But I wouldn't throw it away. Even if it didn't come out right, I'd still eat it. Like this one. Oh my God, so good. Can you throw this in the dishwasher or do it by hand? And I had extra chips left over. So you can make more than one batch. So listen, just like with everything, have a good time. Don't get stressed. You're gonna do great. Take care.